When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see the brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silvered o'er with white,
No, time.
on lofty
Thou
trees,
shalt not
icy
boast
barren
behind
of
machine.
leaves, which erst
Thy
from
pyramids
the
built
to
up
the
with
earth,
newer might,
the
to me are
summer's
nothing
green, all
novel,
girded up
nothing
in
strange.
sheaves, born
They
on
are
the
but
bier with
tresses
white
of
and
a
bristly
forest.
beard.
My parents have repainted
Our
the
dates
walls
are beauty do I
and
question,
therefore we
if
admire
thou
thou
among
dost
the
waste
wastes of
upon
the
us
time
souls,
lost
and
to
rather
flow,
make them born to
since
our
sweets
desire,
and
than things that we
beauties
before
themselves
have heard them
forsake,
told.
and dies fast
Things
and
that
the others
Mr.
grow.
Elliot I both
If they had told me they
not
could
one
buy,
of
I
those
said I
peasant
were,
nor the
O
past.
peasant,
For thy records and
I
what
would
we
value
see
10,000
by
things
by,
to be inanimate,
read
many
more or
forgetting
less
enough.
by thy
You
guidance,
do
that
see
which
that
grow
you're
stronger
this
as
and
we miss
that,
the way there this shall ever be. I leave the little things that I ate the dressing
When I do
table.
count
I
the
thought I
clock
would learn to
that tells the
separate
time,
the big battles
see the
from the
brave
small
day,
ones.
see the brave
Small
ages
battles
tonight.
with no depth dash
When I
of gold. Thou
behold the
shalt not
violet
fear
past
the
prime,
shame.
and sable
Thy
curls
parents
all
built up with
silvered
our
white,
light to me are nothing, all the others light. Number 5 is grow stronger now. Our dates are disappointed, and therefore we admire the shall not say them around. Rather, I thought I would learn to separate the things that we may all have on the time register with me. There are things that were there for thy records were not stolen.
If you wish to follow Dylan, please follow me.
If you'd like to follow Catherine, please follow me. File all the way in.
He didn't believe in the theater. He laughed at my dreams. Little by little, I stopped believing in myself. I lost heart. And always the strains of love, jealousy, constant fear for the child. I became trivial, commonplace. I acted without thinking or feeling. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I couldn't move properly or control my voice. You can't imagine what it's like to know you're acting badly. I am a seagull. Do you remember the seagull you shot? You left it at my feet. He came to me and said, I have an idea, a subject for a short story. A girl like yourself lives all her life on the shores of a lake. She loves the lake, like a seagull, and a man comes along, and by chance, because he has nothing better to do, he destroys her. What was I talking about before? Right, about acting. I'm not like that anymore. I'm a real actress now. I act with delight, with rapture. I feel drunk when I'm on stage, and I think that I'm wonderful. Ever since I got here, I've been walking around and thinking and even believing that my soul grows stronger every day. Now I see at last, Kostya, that in our kind of work, whether we're writers or actors, the important thing is not fame or glory, not the things that I used to dream about, but learning how to endure. I must bear my cross and have faith. If I have faith, it doesn't hurt so much. And when I think about my calling, I'm not afraid of life. When you see him, don't tell him anything. I do love him, yes. I love him now more than ever, but by chance. Subject for a short story. How sweet it used to be, Kostya. Remember how bright and warm and how joyous and pure our lives were. The feelings that we had for each other were like fine, delicate flowers. Do you remember?
For those of you who would like to continue on Catherine's path, please follow me. Those of you who would like to go on Dylan, stay here and we will leave. Please have a seat. Just do not sit on the couch and keep that space in front of the mirrors open, please. Feel free to sit where you'd like, but please leave the couch available and stay clear of those mirrors, please.
I heard once that the more you think about the memory, the more your mind warps it. You think about a memory over and over again, and each time you remember it less accurately. So that eventually, over time, it becomes not your memory at all, but something that your brain made up. Maybe you wanted it to go a certain way that it didn't, and so you twist a story in your favor. Or maybe you're just remembering it wrong. On the other hand, the memories you never think about are never remembered. They're really not your memories at all. By this logic, does this mean that all your favorite memories might not be your memories? Your favorite memories are obviously the ones you think about again and again. You think them over in your mind, you tell them to your friends. So does that mean that the memories we want to forget, the ones we push out of our minds and have no desire to remember ever again, those are the ones that stay intact? They sit there, waiting for us in the back of our minds, perfectly clear and ready to be remembered? It's kind of a scary thought. It's like we have a collection of ghosts in our minds, ready at any moment, ready to help us relive the most painful things that we live every day to try to forget. At any moment, you could reach in and grab one of those memories and relive in perfect detail the things that you never wanted to. The things we want to remember, we never really can. And the things that we don't want to remember will always be there in the back of our minds, perfectly intact. Or does this theory mean that the most intact memories aren't the ones we pushed away because they're too painful, but the important ones we merely forgot about? So we, as humans, can remember perfectly every insignificant moment in our lives. And the moments we felt shaped us the most, the ones we hold dear to us, are alive.
For those of you that would like to follow Dylan, please follow Jen. Those that would like to stay on Catherine's path, please wait here. You may go into the stairwell. Feel free to sit on any of the steps. Feel free to sit on the stairs if you'd like. Please proceed into the theater.
Memorials are for the living, not the dead. I proceed to the altar like the young man in ancient Etruria whose death rattle purchased his brother's good fortune in the coming year. I savor this great terror drop by drop. I sob with grief at this my destiny. Life has given me the cold shoulder. From the other side, kind, grave faces beckon. headless queen. A headless queen. Soft, awaiting me with open arms. Your commandments are for minors. I have a complimentary ticket in my heart. If you put down the cup, off flies the butterfly, and the mirage soon falls apart. But why must you all play fast and loose with the deception? The mist dissolves. Life is a matter of taste.
What have you lost?
Ilsa,
What are you looking for?
why did you frighten me?
What are you looking for? What have you lost?
Why did you frighten me so dreadfully?
I've just come from town. I'm going home.
I don't know what I've lost.
And looking for it won't help.
Oh, hell!
I haven't been home in 4 days.
Quiet as a cat.
Because I'm wearing my ballet slippers. Mother's eyes will pop when she sees me.
Where have you been loafing this time?
In the Priapia,
They painting you?
Frerendorf is painting me as a saint on a pillar. I stand on a Corinthian column. Frerendorf is a real nut, let me tell you. Last time I trod on one of his tubes of paint, he wipes his brush in my hair. I give him a whack on the ear. He throws his palette at my head. I upset his easel. He comes after me with his mouse stick, chasing me over sofas, chairs, tables, all around the studio. Behind the stove, I found a sketch. Be good or I'll tear it! He called a truce, and in the end, kissed me something terrible, absolutely terrible.
Where do you stay the night when you're in town?
Yesterday at Knowles, day before at Wojciewicz's, Sunday at Wojciewicz's. At Pendinsky's there was champagne. I was so drunk they had to carry me to bed. You still going to school, Moritz?
No, I'm leaving this term.
Quite right, too. Goodness, how time flies when you're earning a living. Do you remember how we used to play robbers? Vendela Bergman and you and I and the others? You would come over in the evening and drink milk fresh from the goat. What's Vendela doing? I saw her lately watching the floods. What's Melky Gabor doing? Does he still look so solemn? We used to stand opposite each other in singing lesson.
He philosophizes.
Vendela came over not long ago to bring Mother some jam. I was sitting for Isidore Landau then. He's using me as Holy Mary, Mother of God, with the infant Jesus. He's an idiot and disgusting, too. Ugh, like a weathercock. Do you have a hangover?
From last night. We soused like hippopotami. I didn't come reeling home until 5 o'clock.
One need only to look at you. Any girls there?
Arabella, the beer nymph of Andalusia, the landlord let us stay with her all night.
Need only to look at you, Moritz. I've never had a hangover in my life. At the last carnival, I didn't go home or change my clothes for 3 days and 3 nights. The third night, Henrik found me.
Was he looking for you?
He stumbled over my arm. I passed out in the snow on the street. Then I moved in with him. Every day, he photographed me in a different pose. And all the time, he raved about killing, about shooting, suicide, gas fumes. In the early morning, he would bring a pistol into bed, fill it with cartridges, and stick it in my chest. Wait just once and I fire! He would have fired, Moritz, he would have. And he put the thing in his mouth like a blowpipe to awaken my self-preservation instincts. After which, he'd have put a bullet right through my spine.
Is Henrik still alive?
How would I know? There was a mirror in the ceiling over the bed. Made the little room seem high as a tower and brilliant as an opera house. Here you are, large as life, hanging down from the sky. At night I had ghastly dreams. God, oh God, would day ever come? Good night, Ilsa. In your sleep you look lovely for murdering.
Is this Henrik still alive?
I hope to God not.
I must go back, Ilsa.
Come with me as far as our house.
What for? What for?
To drink warm goat's milk. I'll curl your hair and hang a little bell around your neck. And we still have a rocking horse you can play with.
I must go back. I've still got the Sassanids and the Sermon on the Mount and the Parallelepipedon on my conscience. Night, Elsa.
Do you also go to the wigwam where Melky Gabor married my tomahawk? By the time any of you are ready, I'll be on the rubbish heap.
A single word would have done it.
You may now choose one of four paths. Please follow an usher.
Please come in and take a seat in one of the chairs.
Summer, 1913. Gradual changes in Grover's Corners. Horses are getting rarer, farmers coming into town in Fords. Most everybody locks their house doors now at night. Haven't been any burglars in town yet, but everybody's heard about them. You'd be surprised, though. On the whole, things don't change much around here. This is certainly an important part of Grover's Corners. It's on a hilltop, a windy hilltop. Lots of sky, lots of clouds, often lots of sun and moon and stars. You come up here on a fine afternoon and you can see range on range of hills. Awful blue they are. And there, quite a ways down is Grover's Corners. Yes, beautiful spot up here. Mountain laurel and lilacs. I often wonder why people like to be buried in places like Woodlawn in Brooklyn when they might pass the same time up here in New Hampshire. There are the old Stones, 1670, 1680. Strong-minded people, come a long way to be independent. Summer people like to walk around through there and laugh at the funny words on the tombstones. It don't do any harm. Genealogists come up from Boston, get paid by city people to look up their ancestors. They want to make sure they're daughters of the American Revolution and of the Mayflower. Well, I guess that don't do any harm either. Whenever you come near the human race, there's layers and layers of nonsense. Over there are some Civil War veterans. Iron flags on their tombs. New Hampshire boys. Had a notion that the Union ought to be kept together, though they'd never seen more than 50 miles of it themselves. All they knew was the name, friends. The United States of America. The United States of America. And they went and died about it. This here's the new part of the cemetery. Here's your friend, Mrs. Gibbs, and Mr. Simpson, organist at the Congregational Church, and Mrs. Soames, who enjoyed the wedding so. And Editor Webb's boy, Wallace, whose appendix burst on a camping trip to Crawford Notch. Yes, an awful lot of sorrows sort of quieted down up here. People just wild with grief have brought their relatives up to this hill. We all know how it is. And then time and sunny days and rainy days and snow. We're all glad they're in a beautiful place, and we're coming up here ourselves when our fit's over. Now, there are some things we all know, but we don't take them out and look at them often. We all know that something is eternal. And it ain't houses, and it ain't names, and it ain't earth, and it ain't even the stars. We all know, deep in our bones, that something is eternal, and that something has to do with human beings. All the greatest people ever lived have been telling us that for 5,000 years, and yet we'd be surprised how often people are losing hold of it. There is something way down deep that's eternal about every human being. You know as well as I do that the dead don't stay interested in us living people very long. Gradually, they lose hold of the earth, and the ambitions they had, and the pleasures they had, and the things they suffered, and the people they loved. They get weaned away from the earth. That's the way I like to put it, weaned away. And all the time they're here, earth part of them burns out, burns away. And all that while, they slowly get indifferent to what's going on in Grover's Corners. They're waiting. They're waiting for something they feel is coming. Something important and great. Aren't they waiting for the eternal part in them to come out clear? Now, some of the things they're going to say, maybe it'll hurt your feelings. But that's the way it is. Mother and daughter, husband and wife, enemy and enemy, money and miser, all those terribly important things sort of grow pale around here. What's left when memory's gone? Your identity.
Julia, my daughter-in-law, Emily Webb.
Well, I declare, the road up here must be awful muddy. When did she die of, Julia?
In childbirth.
Childbirth? I've forgotten all about that. Why wasn't life awful and wonderful?
Hello?
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Mother Gibbs.
Emily?
Hello. It's raining.
Yes. They'll be gone soon, dear. Just rest yourself.
Oh, I wish I'd been here a long time. I don't like being new here. Mother Gibbs, George and I have made that farm into just the best place you ever saw. We thought of you all the time. It won't be the same for George without me, but it's a lovely farm. A lot of people don't understand, do they?
No, dear. Not very much.
They're sort of shut up in little boxes, aren't they? When does this feeling go away of being one of them? How long does it?
Shh, dear. Just wait and be patient.
Yes, I know. But Mother Gibbs, one can go back. One can go back again into living. I feel it. I know it. Why then, just for a moment, I was thinking about the farm, and my baby was on my lap as plain as day.
Yes, of course you can.
One can go back and live all those days over again. Why not?
All I can say is, Emily, don't.
It's true, isn't it? One can go back there again into living.
Yes. Some have tried, but they soon come back here.
Don't do it, Emily.
Emily, don't. It's not what you think it would be.
But I won't choose a sad day. I'll choose a happy one. I'll choose the day that I first knew I loved George. Why should that be painful?
Not only live it, but you watch yourself living it.
Yes.
All the time. You know what they down there never know. You see the future. You know what's going to happen afterwards.
Is that painful? Why?
It's not the only reason why you shouldn't do it. When you've been here longer, you'll see that our life here is to forget all that and think only of what's ahead and be ready for what's ahead. When you've been here longer, you'll understand.
But Mother Gibbs, how could I ever forget that life? It's all I know. It's all I had.
Oh, Emily, it isn't wise. Really, it isn't.
It's a thing that I must know for myself. I'll choose a happy day anyway.
No, at least choose an unimportant day. Choose the least important day in your life. It'll be important enough.
Well, then it can't be since I was married or since the baby was born. I can choose a birthday, can't I? I choose my 12th birthday.
All right. February 11th, 1899. A Tuesday. On any specific time of day?
Oh, I want the whole day.
We'll start at dawn. You remember it had been snowing for a few days, and it had stopped the night before. They'd just begun clearing the roads. The sun's coming up.
Why, that's Main Street. And that's Mr. Morgan's drugstore before he changed it. And there's the livery stable.
Yes. It's 1899. This is 14 years ago.
That's the town I knew as a little girl. And there's the old white fence that used to be around our house. I've forgotten that. I love it so. Are they inside?
Yes. Your mother will be coming down in a few minutes to start breakfast.
Will she?
And you remember your father had been away for a few days. He'd just come back on the early morning train.
No.
Yes, he'd been at his school to make a speech back in Clinton, Western New York.
There's Howie Newsom. There's our policeman. But he's dead. He died.
Children, Wally, Emily, time to get up.
Mama, I'm here! Oh, how young Mama looks. I didn't know Mama was ever that young.
You can come and rest by the kitchen fire if you like, but hurry.
Mama, I can't find my blue hair ribbon anywhere.
Open your eyes, dear, that's all. I laid it out for you special on the dresser there. If it were a snake, it would bite you.
Yes, yes. Papa.
Good morning, Mother.
How'd it go, Charles?
Oh, fine, I guess. I told them a few things. Everything all right here?
Yes, can't think of anything that's half as special. Been right cold. Coffee's ready when you want it. Charles, don't forget, it's Emily's birthday. Did you remember to get her something?
Yes, I've got something here. Where's my girl? Where's my birthday girl?
Don't interrupt her now, Charles. You can see her at breakfast. She's slow enough as is. Hurry up, children. It's 7 o'clock now. I don't want to call you again.
I can't bear it. They're so young and beautiful. Why did they ever have to get old? I can't look at everything hard enough. Morning, Mama.
Well, now, dear, a very happy birthday to my girl, and many happy returns. There are some surprises for you on the kitchen table.
Oh, Mama, you shouldn't have. I can't.
But birthday or no birthday, I want you to eat your breakfast good and slow. I want you to grow up and be a good, strong girl. That and the blue paper is from your Aunt Carrie. And I reckon you can guess who brought the postcard album. I found it on the doorstep when I brought him the milk. George Gibbs. Must have come over in the cold pretty early, right nice of him.
Oh, George, I've forgotten that.
Chew that bacon good and slow. It'll help you keep you warm on a cold day.
Mama. Mama, I'm here. Let's look at one another. Mama, 14 years have gone by. I'm dead. Your grandmother, Mama. Wally's dead too, Mama. He died on a camping trip to North Conway. We felt just terrible about it. Don't you remember? Just for a moment now, we're all together. Mama, just for a moment, we're happy. Let's look at one another.
That and yellow paper is something I found in the attic among your grandmother's things. You're old enough to wear it now, and I thought you'd like it.
And this is from you. It's lovely. It's just what I wanted. It's beautiful.
Well, I hoped you'd like it. Hunted all over. Your Aunt Nora couldn't find one in Concord, so I had to send all the way to Boston. Wally has something for you, too. He made it at manual training class, and he's very proud of it. Be sure to make a big fuss about it. Your father has a surprise for you, too. Don't know what it is myself. Shh, here he comes.
Where's my girl? Where's my birthday girl?
I can't go so fast. I don't have time to look at one another. So all that was going on, and we never noticed. Take me back up the hill to my grave. Wait. One more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, Grover's Corners, Mama and Papa. Goodbye to clocks ticking and Mama's sunflowers. Goodbye to hot baths and new iron dresses, and food and coffee, and sleeping, and waking up. Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do human beings ever realize life as they live it? Every minute.
No. Saints and the poets, maybe. They do some.
I'm ready to go back.
Were you happy?
No, I should have listened to you. It's all human beings are. Just blind people.
Look, it's clearing up. The stars are coming out.
I should have listened to them.
Yes. Now you know. Now you know. That's what it was to be alive. To go up and down, trampling on the feelings of those about you. To spend and waste time as though you had 1,000,000 years. To go about at the mercy of one self-centered passion or another. That's the happy existence you wanted to go back to. Ignorance and blindness.
Emily, look at that star. I forget its name.
The star's mighty good company.
Yes. Yes, 'tis.
Mother Gibbs,
Yes, Emily?
they don't understand, do they?
No, dear. They don't understand.
Most everybody's asleep in Grover's Corners. Shorty Hawkins down at the depot has just watched the Albany train go by. Down at the livery stable, someone's set up late and talking. Yes, it's clearing up. There are the stars, doing their old crisscross journeys in the sky. Scholars haven't settled the matter yet, but they seem to think that there are no other living beings out there. Just chalk or fire. Only this one is straining away all the time to make something of itself. It strains so bad that every 16 hours, everybody has to lie down and take a rest. 11 o'clock in Grover's Corners. You get a good rest too. Good night.